Thanks for staying with us. Today, shock and sadness after the death of former Miss USA Cheslie Kryst, the 30-year-old apparently dying by suicide. Her devastated family writing in a statement, quote, "Her great light was one that inspired others around the world. With her beauty and strength, she cared, she loved, she laughed, and she shined." Now, just hours before her death, this photo posted to Kryst's Instagram with the caption, "May this day bring you rest and peace." Well, Kryst was a highly accomplished attorney with a master's in business from Wake Forest University. She represented North Carolina in the Miss USA pageant and was a correspondent for Extra TV. So joining us live now via Zoom is Adrienne Bankert, the host of Morning in America on News Nation Now. Adrienne, first off, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Emily. Good to be with you.
I'm sorry that it's on these terms, but this is just such an important topic. You had just been interviewed by Cheslie Kryst about your new role hosting News Nation Now, and then her hearing of her death highlights the fact that we really just never know what others are going through in private. Can you tell us, Adrienne, just about your experience interviewing with her?
Well, it's interesting. We start this new show. And you do press, you do interviews to talk about, the launch of Morning in America. And she and I talked for a good 25 minutes. I didn't expect to be having that long of a conversation, but we were having a lot of fun. We talked about our individual pursuits in media. I'm pretty sure the topic of Oprah came up as an inspiration to both of us. And she asked me, and there's a clip online right now. That was the crazy thing, is that it was like I could look back and remember that day. And it was just a minute or so clip from Extra TV that they ran of our interview where she talked about, she asked me what kind of advice I'd give other young women. And little did I know that whatever she was going through was happening, no doubt, during that time. And I did not see a red flag. And I wish that I had, looking back, you don't have regret because there's no way you could have known, but you think, okay, what can I do to live my life differently so that had I done this, maybe there's a chance, maybe there was a hope that she would have expressed herself or opened up or shared with me or somebody else what she was going through.
What she was going through inside, because on the outside, you would have had no idea. Tell me though, as you interviewed, what did you see and feel from Cheslie that day?
Well, she was eager. I've been in different phases of my career, very driven, very ambitious. And so I can recognize that in other young women. And there was no doubt in my mind, she's not only beautiful on the outside, but she had this light, she had this energy, she was very enthusiastic, and she was bubbly and happy and friendly. And, I think at one point she applauded me for what I'd accomplished when I could have returned the favor or returned the sentiment and applauded her for what she'd accomplished. I mean, Miss USA, getting a job with Extra TV, helping those in the justice system who couldn't afford her services. But, I have had people in my family struggle with the same thing. I personally understand that you're not going to necessarily see something glaring about someone and know that they're struggling with something that would lead to suicide. But it is unimaginable, the pain that you have to go through, or the thoughts, the amount of thoughts that you would have that would lead to this kind of thing. And my urgency about checking in with people is even greater. I felt during the height of the pandemic, that there were going to be a lot of people who were struggling with thoughts in their mind, with loneliness, with depression. I too felt my heart break for not being able to be around people. I'm not saying that has anything to do with what was happening with Cheslie. I'm just saying that for anybody that's going through a struggle, the thoughts can be deafening, and that it's so important for us to be paying more attention and be more engaged with each other and reach out and just share an engagement, share a kind word, say hello to somebody, check in with people that maybe you haven't talked to in a while, and just make sure that they're doing okay.
Adrienne, we thank you so much for your time and for your message here today. I know that you also have written a book focusing on kindness, again, just adding that to your message today, that we just don't know what others are dealing with, and reaching out and just checking in is so important. So much more that you said. We'll have this all online for those at home on abc4.com, that you can re-listen to this all and really take note. We do want to remind all of you at home, all of our viewers, if you or someone you know needs help, you can reach out to the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. The number there at your screen, the 1-800-273-8255. And just please know, if you're in a crisis or emergency, you can go to the hospital for help. Remember, you're not alone in all of this. We'll be right back.